Hi and welcome to this tutorial from tvtrade.ie. Okay, in this video we're just going to show you how you can deal with the problem of your Internet Explorer becoming very slow or unstable or freezing, hanging, crashing, things like that. Okay, one of the main reasons why this would happen in your Internet Explorer, and it will apply to all the versions of it, is toolbars. Okay, now I can't actually show you what I mean by toolbars on my own browser here because I have a fairly clean shop now as it is, but the toolbars, I'm sure you've seen them. They normally appear from left to right across the page going downwards. You might have ones like the Google toolbar, Yahoo toolbar, Ask toolbar, HP toolbar, Skype toolbar. There's just gazillions of them on the internet, and basically what happens is when you install new programs, especially free ones off the internet, or perhaps even if you install some sort of new device, like could be a printer or anything like that, a lot of programs now, they come with these toolbars that install themselves into your browser, into especially into Internet Explorer. Okay, and what can happen is, if you get too many of these or certain ones that kind of conflict with each other, basically what happens is they just start fighting with each other and drive your browser bananas, basically. Okay, to the point that it takes forever to load. Even when it loads, then things don't load the way they should, or perhaps the thing just freezes or hangs or crashes, and it's just a right pain. Okay, so what you can do to get around this problem is there's two ways you can go about this. Okay, the first one is, now just to be aware, I'm using Internet Explorer here for this demonstration on Windows XP, but the procedure is fairly similar on all versions of Windows, like Windows Vista and Windows 7, and with all versions of Internet Explorer. Okay, so what you'll do is you'll go up to the Tools menu. Okay, and you'll go to Internet Options. Okay, the first thing you go to is the Programs tab, and you'll see this button here called Manage Add-ons. Okay, now as you'll see, I don't have much going on here in the way of toolbars or extensions, but if you had a problem with your toolbars, I can guarantee you this list would be far longer. Okay, and what you would do then is you can pretty much nearly willy-nilly, except for things maybe like Adobe Flash or the Java stuff, you can disable it all. Okay, and to do that, the first thing you need to do is just highlight whatever it is and go disable. Simple as. Or you can actually right click on it and go disable. Okay, so it's as easy as that. So as I say, you can nearly pretty much disable everything in there. It's not going to impact on you negatively at all, really. Okay, and when you have that, then you just close out of it, and if you want, then you can kill your Internet Explorer. You can red X out of it and start again, and you should notice a performance improvement in it. Okay, the second thing you can do, which is basically like just taking a bazooka to it, is you can go to the Advanced tab and click on the Reset button. Okay, now what the Reset button is basically is it resets Internet Explorer back to day one. Okay, when all these toolbars weren't on it and things like that. Now they'll actually still be on your computer, but they just won't load in your browser. And if you do this, you should probably just click on the Delete Personal Settings as well, and then click the Reset button. Okay, now what that'll do is it'll delete a whole load of temporary files and things like that, and it'll improve the performance of the browser no end. Now things on the downside, what it'll do is it'll get rid of your home page, so you'll have to reset that again, but for the most part it won't do any harm at all to you, and you should notice a massive improvement in the performance of the browser, especially in loading. Okay, now as it says here, you must restart Internet Explorer for these changes to take effect. So after you click the reset button, it'll take a few minutes. When you're finished that, you can cancel out of everything, and then you can go up and you can red X out of Internet Explorer and then start it up again. You should notice a massive improvement. Okay, I'm just not going to do it here just for the sake of the video here, but that's all you have to do. Okay, so I'm just going to cancel that and cancel that. Now just the last thing I want to show you is, if your browser was actually performing so bad that you just couldn't load it, you know, on startup it was just freezing, hanging, crashing or whatever, okay, you wouldn't be able to get to the menus that I showed you using the browser itself. So what you'd need to do is, and this is the same procedure basically on Windows XP, Vista and 7, is down in the bottom left you have a little button called Start button. If you click on that, then you'll pull up a menu here and you'll see Control Panel in there. Okay, So when you go into control panel, you'll see an icon for internet options, okay? So if you click on that, it'll bring you into this menu again. And again, you'll recognize it from before, the programs tab, and then the manage add-ons, and you'll see the things in there, okay? And then also under advanced, you have the reset button again. Now, just to be aware, when you use the reset button going through the control panel, you want to make sure that you have other windows shut, like the Internet Explorer windows and things like that, for it to work. But apart from that, it works really well. So that's just basically a couple of ways that you can improve the performance of your Internet Explorer if it's crashing or hanging or freezing, and how you can get rid of the pesky old toolbars that interfere with it working properly.